the state, you will find some SUNY schools in the 5 boroughs, but you'll also find them spread all over. So every county or adjoining counties share a community college, several four-year colleges. The difference, CUNY, everything is in New York City. All your 25 campuses are in the 5 boroughs, whether that's a senior college, a professional school, a community college, and so on. My guess is that many of you in the space today have or are currently attending a CUNY community college. Maybe you're at Kingsborough or LaGuardia or BMCC, wherever it is. We're so happy you're with us. CUNY serves over 549,000 students from GED all the way up to PhD. And while we don't offer GEDs or PhDs at SPS, we do offer pretty much everything in between. Let's take a look at exactly who we are. How do we fit within the framework of those 25 CUNY campuses? Now, here's what I think is a really interesting fact. Typically, with public institutions or public colleges, they are founded based off location. So when I mentioned earlier, like in the SUNY system, every county having a community college or perhaps 2 neighboring counties utilizing the same community college. This was all designed for the purpose of access. So no one would have to travel that far from home to have access to education. But in 2003, SPS said, well, let's take that a step further. Let's continue to provide access, but let's do so that people can access it from anywhere, regardless of what county you live in or what borough or what state even, because we are excited that we have students from across the entire country. We have students from Pennsylvania, from North Carolina, and so on, because your access is coming from your space, whether that is, your living room, your parents' home, your library, wherever that may be. As long as you're able to access the internet, you have access to SPS. Now, in that purpose of providing it, again, that aligns with our mission statement to meet the educational needs of adult students. The large majority of our students are working, whether that's part-time or full-time. They may be caretakers for family members, their parents. I love that our program is asynchronous. So let's hover here for a moment because this is really important. Not all online programs are cut from the same cloth. There are a lot of variables. So for SPS, you will never be asked to be in front of your computer at 3 o'clock on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for a live lecture, for a live class. You will manage your time. You will manage your class based off your own schedule. So if that means that you're dropping off your kids in the morning and while they're in school, you're in school, if that means that you get off work at 6 o'clock at night and everything for you is in the evenings, if you're a night owl like myself, you may find yourself completing everything at midnight. All of these are valid options. It's whatever meets your schedule. What you have to make sure you're doing is carving out that time to log in daily. You will have due dates. You will have discussion threads to respond to. That professor at the beginning is going to give you a syllabus and let you know these are the dates that you are going to be expected to turn in the assignment. So you have that information and can manage your time accordingly throughout the course of the semester. If you say take a test or a quiz, it will be timed. But again, as long as you're taking it by when it's due, the time of the day when you take that test or quiz is entirely up to you. We really want to make sure that we are saying you can do this regardless of that schedule. Now, many, if not most, of our students are attending part-time because they are also working. So it's not unusual to have one class 2 classes, etc. Now, we have been doing what we do, again, since 2003. We really consider ourselves the leader in online education. We were very fortunate over the pandemic, while so many of our colleagues were pivoting to take in-person classes and put them in an online format, and kudos to them and all the hard work that goes into it. This was something that was already happening on our campus. We were already fully online for all of our undergraduate programs. Again, I'm saying fully online. The only caveat is if you are in a nursing program and you do clinicals, your clinicals will be in person. But again, that's based off where you live. You're not necessarily coming to Midtown Manhattan to do your clinicals. It's going to be based off your current location. But with that being the only exception, everything else undergraduate is fully online. Now, I did mention Midtown Manhattan. Why do I do that? We do have a brick and mortar campus. We are located at 119 West 31st Street, which is super close, like to say Madison Square Garden, Penn Station, right there, highly accessible by public transportation.